tomorrow. From what I understand, there's going to be a day one patch for the game that's going to address some bugs and other little tweaks and add some content to the game. But what we're looking at here today is pretty much the finished version of the game. I'll point out a couple of things that I'm aware of that I know are kind of glitches or bugs that I know are being worked on. But for the most part, what you're seeing here is pretty much what the game is going to be like in terms of broad strokes. So you'll notice, those of you who saw this game when I streamed it last week, that there's been some pretty significant changes in various aspects of it. That's because there was actually a pretty major patch that came out, I believe, this past Saturday, which tweaked a bunch of UI related stuff, primarily added a bunch of tutorial type stuff to the early missions of the game, and just basically kind of added another layer of polish beyond the version that we even streamed last week. So one thing that they've changed, which I think is kind of cool, is whenever you have interactions with other characters, those conversations no longer occur in thought bubbles, which were kind of like haphazardly placed relative to the characters who were speaking. Now, like, the conversation dialogues happen in the bottom third of the screen. I actually think I've already talked to everybody in this area for right now, so
This area is
I think we'll have
designated
to go ahead and go to leave here, and we'll get to see that revised conversation system when we come back from this first mission. But basically, I wanted to kind of fast track the beginning of the game a little bit, because when I streamed it last week, I showed everything from right after character creation, which is basically like this first little mini mission that they stick you in, and then like we went around and talked to everybody, and I picked out an outfit for my guy to wear and all that sort of thing. I didn't want to get bogged down in all of that in this stream, because I just showed all that stuff last week, and if you want to see that stuff, there's totally a VOD of it on my Twitch channel, and there's also the video of it is on my YouTube channel, so all that stuff's pretty easy to find. If you just go to my profile and go to the link to my Twitter, all that stuff's been linked on my Twitter. But basically, the one thing that I did this time that I didn't do last time is I actually spent a skill point. So you see up here in the upper left, there's these arrows pointing up in this box that I've activated. So I actually have put a point. I've spent some what's called karma points, and basically you get those for completing missions in the game. I've spent some of those karma points to unlock this first automatic weapon skill, which basically gives you the ability to take 2 shots at an enemy every so many turns. And as you can see here, I need 7 more karma points to get to this next skill in this skill tree, but right now I only have 4. So hopefully after completing this next mission, I'll be able to enhance the range of my primary gun ability, which will be nice. So let's go ahead and take care of business here and get this first mission out of the way. For those of you who saw the stream last week, this is just that first mission where you go with Payday to clear out the gang members from the rocks. So, and I will say I did confirm that in this mission, this very first mission, you are able to bring in a co-op partner. I actually played through several co-op missions this weekend, which I didn't stream because I wasn't sure how they were going to go, but that stuff does totally work as advertised, and it seems to function just fine. I'm actually kind of surprised though, when I did this mission last week, you didn't have to take a second person, but I guess now you do. I guess they've rebalanced it a little bit. Okay, well, let's see. I have a few henchmen who I like from experience. I think it's going to still give me Payday no matter who I pick here, but let's take Shotgun Guy, because he's pretty cool. I feel like we need to give him some love after the fate that befell him in the last stream. Let's go ahead and let him put the smack down. So yeah, having played some of this in co-op, I can say that it absolutely is awesome.
So I guess this is it.
You totally get to take your turns simultaneously, which is cool because you don't have to wait for the other player to make your move. Like you can take the initiative even if you're not the party leader, but it does definitely behoove you to coordinate with the people you're playing with so you don't end up doing something that somebody else could have done better. So one thing that's really kind of interesting about the co-op stuff, and I'll just explain it since you couldn't really see it on a single screen anyway, is that say like I'm standing a few squares away from an enemy and so is my co-op partner. Each one of us will see the percentage chance for our character to hit that enemy. So like you can actually say like, oh, I've got a 67% chance, and your co-op partner might be like, oh, wait, I have an 85% chance. So then that helps you determine like who should actually take what shots versus the enemies, which is really super cool.
You've done this before, right?
I am hoping to play some co-op of this on stream at some point so you guys can get a flavor for it, but it's really, really neat and really smart the way that they've implemented it, and it's really got me excited about playing this game with other people because I feel like that's going to be one of its strong assets. I feel like it's, from what I've seen of it so far, it's already a pretty high quality SRPG, but the co-op stuff is what I think is really going to set this game apart and really make it stand out versus a lot of the other SRPGs that are out there already.
Sure. Sort of.
I can't believe Smedley stuck me with a newbie. Just don't go chicken shit on me when heads come off.
Sir, no sir.
I can handle myself.
That's right. You tell him. You're an experienced guy doing stuff. Alright. So there is one change that they've made user interface wise that I'm not really a huge fan of, and that is that it used to be whenever you would move within your walking range, that area was blue, and then you would have like the kind of goldish colored area out here would be the sprint area. And it seems like they are still slightly differently colored, but I really don't like this new color scheme versus the old way they had it. I felt like the old color they had in this walk zone was a lot more pronounced and was a lot easier to distinguish, so you could really tell at a glance like what was within walking range and what was within sprinting range. I'm not 100% in love with this change. I'm kind of getting used to it the more that I play, but I actually feel like this is one thing they changed that I almost wish they'd roll back, because I really liked the color differentiation between the walk and sprint zones that they had going on before. But that's a pretty minor quibble, and it's not really that big of a deal. I just thought I'd mention it, and especially for those of you who've seen my VOD from last week, you'll see the difference if you go back and look at that. And I think it's pretty clear that like that's something that would be nice to even just have as an option, like maybe like old style coloring versus new style, because clearly like they had the code in there to do it the old way, so maybe just throwing a toggle switch on an option screen might be something cool for them to do. But anyway, minor beef. Let me go ahead and talk to this guy because I didn't do it last time.
Did Smedley send you? You need to take care of this gutter scum quickly.
That's what I'm here for.
Alright, and let's go ahead and do this magnifying glass too. Yeah, so I think this is good how they've been sprinkling these tooltips in throughout the early missions of the game. Like some stuff that I kind of just had to figure out, they actually have tips in now, which I think is really cool and good, because I was able to intuit my way through most of the early stuff in the game just from having a lot of experience playing these types of games. But I feel like, especially for players who are new to the genre, this is really good, the way that they're adding this stuff in and making it fairly unobtrusive so that you can become familiar with the conveniences and the sort of way of thinking and the way of doing things in this type of game without it like hitting you over the head with it. Alright, let's move Senor Payday up here. So actually this mission with 3 people is pretty
Have
easy.
trouble hitting them. Get closer.
Alright, so given our choices here, let's see who we want to pop first. I'm sure Payday can take care of that other one, so I'm going to go ahead and hit this Joker. There we go. And then you can take care of him. I'm sure Payday can get this one. Actually, I'm going to let Payday move up to that corner so he gets a better percentage, and that'll guarantee the kill.
You want to flank them if you can. Shooting into cover is usually just a waste of bullets. Always try to go around.
Sound advice as ever. Okay, so we got a guy over there, guy over there, and let me see what my guy can do as far as actually we will rearrange this a little bit so these guys can do some more interesting stuff. We have shotgun guy come out here. That should be pretty flanky for that one guy. Yeah. Let's see if we can put this guy down or at least hurt him. That would probably hurt him pretty good. Yeah, all but killed him, so that's cool. And then let's have Payday. I'm just using the F1 through 3 keys to switch between these guys if you guys are curious. Have Payday come over here. Put bumps on this guy. And then we'll have my guy come out to take this cover spot that was left open. 52%. I'll take those odds. Got the one anyway. Looks like Payday. Oh no! He goes after me. Wow. He's gonna regret that because Payday's about to come and wreck his world. Yeah, we'll have him come over here, do this. So action cameras are another thing that they added in this final pre-launch version. So when you get certain criticals or certain special attacks or whatever, you'll get those kind of cutaway cameras like XCOM style, which is pretty neat. Not necessarily a totally original idea, but certainly appreciated. Certainly adds a little flourish to the combat, which I like for sure. Alright, let's see. So now we're going to move our guy. Go ahead and move him up to cover. See how our henchman is doing. Doesn't look like he sees anything new or exciting to interact with, so let's just send him up to the SUV. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look like any enemies are in the vicinity. Let's go ahead and run Payday up to this car. Or actually, let's run him up to this cover. That's as far forward as he can get and still stay in cover. And then we'll have our guy move up a bit, say here. Any enemies? No, it doesn't look like it. Sure, there's going to be enemies pretty soon here though, so go ahead and move this guy up a little bit.
Payday. See that boarded up door? Kick that in, we can flank them.
Yep. So here's where they introduce the concept of destroying things with that destruction ability. Still don't actually see any enemies down here, although I'm sure they are there. But I think just to play it safe, let's have this guy go into cover here. I'm surprised that that actually counts as cover. What is it about that that is considered cover? I guess the lip of the car. Yeah, I guess I can see that. Alright, well, we'll do that. My guy got freaked out by that dog, and then that made him run out of cover. Nice. Lovely. Okay. Payday's back there. He's in the middle of puppy heaven, and he needs to reload. So we'll have him reload and take the one that's where the other guys have blocked. And then my guy will have to come up and assist on that one side, and then hopefully Payday can get the one on the other side. Oh man, that was a sprint. See, because of the color being the same, I missed that. I think like with the old color scheme, I wouldn't have missed the fact that I was using my sprint there, because I would have noticed that it was different. But, oh well, I don't want to harp on that. So let's see, can Payday get close enough to make a shot from where he is? It's not a good percentage, but he might be able to pull it off. Let's try it. Nope. Alright. Yeah, it looks like our boy might end up getting messed up. Oh man, that poor guy. Yeah, that poor guy got hung out to dry there. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to double shoot this guy. So the nice thing about this burst fire is you take 2 shots. So even though my normal shots only do 4 damage, because I'm taking 2, I can hit this guy twice, and at point blank range this is all but certain to hit, and that should take him out in 1 attack. Nice. Alright, Payday, my buddy, I need you to kill that dog, like real bad. Oop. So unfortunately I ended up not in cover that round, which was a bummer. But that's okay, we'll make it work. I'm gonna need to reload here. And let's see what my percentages are on those guys. Only 55. But I bet my percentages are gonna be better than Payday's. Well yeah, Payday needs to reload also, so that's... Yeah, we're gonna let him do that. And then my percentages are slightly better on that one guy, so I'm gonna have Payday shoot the dog. And then I will try to get at least one of these guys. Unfortunately, they're both in cover, so my chances of actually hitting them are pretty low, but I feel like I need to take the shot. What the heck? There's like a misclick there. I was trying to click the guy, and I think I ended up clicking the ground instead. That was really unfortunate. Fortunately, I'm not dead, so that's awesome, but I'm very close to being dead, so that's not awesome. I'm in real danger of going out here, so I think what I need to do, just in the interest of keeping myself alive, is retreat and use the medical kit that I bought to patch myself up, because otherwise this could get real gnarly real quick. Let's walk over here and use this medical kit on ourselves. Can't believe I'm having to do this on this first mission, but whatever. Better safe than dead. And then Payday. I definitely want him to open this up at some point, but I don't know that now is the best time to do that, honestly, with everything that's going on. I think I might just have him bum rush these guys, or at least get closer to them, and try to take that shot. I mean, he's got a 35 from where he is. I'm sure I can improve that to at least a 50 by moving over here. $85 looks pretty good to me. Okay. Alright, so Payday is actually in the best position to take these guys. His health is not the greatest right now, but it shouldn't matter as long as I can position him in such a way that he doesn't end up getting got. So here I have cover on this side of the car, and I still have a pretty good line of sight to these guys, so I think this is a good move for him. Bring him over here and have him tap out. Let's see, that guy's full health. This guy can actually kill, so let's do that and eliminate his ability to fire back at me. That's one less enemy I need to worry about. And then I can bring my guy back to this cover and try to hit the other guy. It won't be a great shot, but at least I can try to damage him. Let's make sure we actually click on the guy and not the ground. Yeah, the cover saved him there. But that's good. He didn't go directly after Payday, so that he still hit him, which is bad, but at least he didn't get to make a clean shot on him. I think I'm just going to bum rush him, honestly, with my guy at this point. I think that's going to be my best bet. So let me come in right behind him and point blank him. And then we'll have Payday come up and finish the job from the corner cover just to be safe. Clicky clicky.
You can tell Smedley we're done. Mission accomplished.
Oh, he knows already. He's waiting for you to return to him.
Like a forlorn lover.
Would have been easier if those guys didn't have time to prepare for us.
Ooh. Yeah, as those of you who saw last week's stream will no doubt recall, Smedley is definitely working some angles in this scenario. Let's go ahead and have Payday open this door before we leave, because I know there's some goodies in here we can get.
Hey, the Slayers left a little gift for us, too. We should pick that up. Find us keepers and all.
Smedley won't mind?
Direct no. As long as we get the job done.
Alright. Let's do that. There's a tooltip. And let's go grab this. Cool. So I'm a little bit disappointed about the henchmen going down, but because the henchmen don't stay dead, which I was able to determine last time, I'm not too worried about it. It's not like they're ever part of your party, or like you ever get to like really build them up as characters. They're kind of just disposable, well, henchmen. So it's kind of perfectly fine and cool for him to go down like that, at least in the terms that the game establishes. So, yay, karma. Alright, so Success. Let's go talk to Smedley and call him out on his shenanigans. And here you'll get to see the new conversation system.
Welcome back, chummer. Jolly good show you put on there.
So in the old build, like that text would have like hovered somewhere up here in like a bubble, and a lot of times it would like go over top of the character's head and stuff. So I think like making the move to move that down here to the lower third and like have it be in a consistent place all the time and not risk getting in the way of the characters and the scene that's being letterboxed here, I think is a smart move. I think that's a good idea on their part.
Thanks. Strange how they seemed to know we were coming. Almost like someone warned them.
Yeah, sucker, we got you. We got your number.
Yes, peculiar. But you handled yourself well, I am told. So here's the other half of the fee.
I feel like you can see in this particular scene too versus how it looked in last week's build that they've upped their game on the lighting as well. Like things seem like brighter and more vibrant and more colorful. I don't know if they put some new shaders in or what the deal is, but everything kind of pops a little bit more than it did in the previous build, I feel like.
Don't tell me you did not set this up. This was a test, right? You lied to me.
I might have announced to their leadership that they could expect a physical response from me. I do need to make it known I am a man of my word.
And you used me as an expendable asset?
I believe that is the job description of a Shadowrunner, but I was confident that you could handle the heat.
Well, I can. What now?
Now I know your abilities under pressure, and you graduate from my personal Shadowrunner preschool. Come see me again if you want big boy work.
Oh, he's so snide. Alright, so we got some more monies. Monies are always good. And I'm just gonna run around here real quick and like kind of blow through all these conversation options. I also want to replenish that med kit that I had to use in that mission.
Hey,
I hear we might be working together soon.
anything I need to know?
Apart from the fact that I'm awesome?
Apart from the fact that I only have your word to go on for that.
Ha! I can hack pretty much anything, as long as it's got a circuit. A lot of people are paranoid these days, and actually offline their systems.
You mean disconnect them from the tricks?
Yeah, it's rude. Usually you can reconnect easily enough, but you have to do it in the flesh, which is exactly the reason for people like you.
So I get to push a button and you do the rest.
That's the idea. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
No doubt. Alright. Follow up with Payday.
Hey, Payday. That was a good run we had there.
I've had worse. Yes.
Man, a few words.
The Slayers are up in their game, it seems. They're all over the rocks now.
Then maybe we have to be more impressive next time around.
I hear ya.
True that. Alright. So this vendor over here sells the med kits. Go ahead and talk to her and do some business. And again, if you want to see that dialogue in more detail, it's in my last VOD of this. I went through all the stuff and wait for everybody to read it last time, so that's why I'm kind of blowing through it this time. So let's go ahead and grab one of those. How are we doing on money as a whole? Well, we're in pretty good shape. 4,700. That might be enough to get a new and better gun. Go ahead and equip that medical kit. We have it for the next mission if we need it. I bet if I sell my current gun, my current automatic weapon, I could probably afford a better one. Let's see. Let's go talk to. Let's talk to the rest of these guys on the way to the arms dealer.
Hey, Bozeman.
Sup, chumma?
Not much. Heading into the rocks, it seems.
My drones report a lot of heat over in the rocks. Gangers are causing a lot of static. Better watch yourself.
Will do.
Good talking to you, Bozeman. Stay classy. Alright, so this lady, we can have our little convo with her. And then let's see about upping our game on the weapons front. Yeah, okay, so she actually has this used FN P93 Predator, which she wants 4K for, but that gun versus the gun we're currently using is 5 to 6 damage, and it also increases our crit chance pretty significantly, so I feel like that's a good upgrade. Let's go ahead and buy that. And actually we'll go ahead and equip it. So one nice thing is it puts the stars next to the things you have that are new, so it makes them a little easier to find. Go ahead and equip that, and then we can actually get rid of that Ingram smart gun. I mean, we won't get a lot for it, but it'll at least give us a little bit of money, a little bit extra money to work with. Let's go ahead and sell that while I'm thinking of it. It's 230, that's not terrible. Let's go ahead and sell that. Let's see if there's anything else we want to get rid of. I probably don't want to. I probably don't really care about using that shotgun either, so let's get rid of that too. I'm sure I'll get a better one at some point. I don't really care about the nail board either. Let's see, pistols. We'll keep the hacking, the summoning, and the rigging thing, but let's drop the pistol as well. I mean, I guess I could keep the pistol. I might use that in my offhand at some point, but for right now I'm using the cleaver anyway. I think for the damage that that thing does, I might as well just sell it. Yeah, let's just sell it. Tactical items, we got our med kit, but we're using that, and I think we're good. Let's go ahead and bounce out of here. And then I think this guy has some armor for us, if I recall correctly. Yeah, so he gives us the our first kind of armor piece for free, basically, and then we can buy additional stuff from him later. But let's go ahead and equip that. So basically, the deal with the armor is you can put this armor on whatever clothing you're wearing, so you can, you know, equip armor without changing your appearance. And that basically just, this one that we got is like the most basic one that just basically gives you 3 physical armor. So it's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. So it doesn't protect you against magic attacks or cyber attacks or any of that other stuff, but it's at least something. Let's talk to the neighborhood watch.
Oi, Busta, what's the news?
Those Slayers are still making trouble. The whole rocks is like on fire. Make sure to get some backup for your team.
Can you recommend someone?
There are a couple of guys around here looking for work. Just call them when you need runners to fill up your team.
Alright, so this was the thing that threw me off the other day, is whenever you would mouse over these guys kind of lingering around in the alleyway here, it would bring up their stats, which made it seem like you could interact with them. And actually in this newest build, you can still click on them, but now you see it kind of grays out or puts this kind of opaque layer on the screen and then brings up their stats. Now you still can't hire them directly from here, but at least it makes that interaction with them a little more clear. So that's definitely appreciated. And then like whenever you X out of that, you get your camera control back. The one weird thing that I did notice about that is like when you click on somebody, you notice the edges of the screen here don't have the smoked glass kind of look to it. So it's kind of weird that you can like scroll around like this while this is happening. Like this is a little bit of a weird UI thing, but it doesn't really bug me too much. I'm noticing that Brutus is not standing out here, and I'm wondering if he's recovering from going down in that mission, or if they've changed it somehow where if a henchman goes down, they stay down now. I'll be curious to see if we can bring him back in a subsequent mission later. So let me just make sure I don't have anybody else I need to talk to. These guys have some stuff to say, but I don't think it's anything terribly important. I think they're just talking about their wares. Yeah, it's like the mana, talking about mana. If I wanted to get into spell casting, that would be much more important. Which I'm sure I'll do at some point on a subsequent character, but I kind of want to make this guy a little bit of a gun specialist. It's kind of the way I'm thinking of tuning him. This guy's talking more about augments. That's fine. These guys don't have anything new just yet. Alright, I think we're good. We can go ahead and take our next thing. Although before I talk to Smedley, let me go ahead and spend that extra karma that I got. So let's look at our automatics tree. Yeah, now I have enough. So this will increase the range of my attack. It's funny, it doesn't actually specify by how much, but I assume it's by like a square or two or something like that. Let's go ahead and grab that. And what we really want is to increase, or if the target is marked, a third burst is fired. And where this will become handy is when we start playing with other characters, like characters that have the ability to mark enemies. That way I can have the hacker mark the enemy, and then I'll get an extra shot on my burst attack. But I need, let's see, I need 9 to get that, and I only have 2. So if I'm lucky, I'll get enough from the next mission to unlock that, but I might even have to do 2 missions to unlock that next ability. But at least I got the extended range on the one, so that's something. So let's go ahead and talk to Smedley and get into this next mission. As you will recall from the last stream, this was the mission that I ended up going out on because I actually ended up failing it, but feeling reasonably confident that I can turn that around this time.
Back so soon? Ready for another job?
I am. What have you...
Well, our encounter with the Dragon Slayers did not seem to have sufficiently impressed them. The riots in the rocks continue.
You want me to clean them out again?
No, things like that get old fast. I want to know why they are expanding so aggressively. I need more intel.
Maybe grab one of their lieutenants, make them talk.
I was thinking of something a bit more thorough. You will raid one of their locations and get on-site access to their data stores.
You mean grab their hardware?
Nothing quite so crude. Perhaps you have met Jane, a very talented young lady who has an innate gift of communicating with all things technological.
A babysitting job for a technomancer. I can do that.
Not just that. Since the Dragon Slayers are both backward and paranoid, their critical systems will be disconnected from the net.
Now I get it. We need to get close enough to hack into it.
And there I was thinking I had wasted perfectly good Nuyen on a simple mind. I suggest you hire some help. There are always miscreants around looking for work.
Payday isn't available?
He is needed for another assignment. Also, you should choose team members based on what works best for you. I trust your judgment in this.
I'll look at the hired help hanging around. Anything else?
Don't forget to have fun.
Always. Always good advice. Alright, so let's bounce out of here. Oh, so another thing you'll notice about this build that's different is the cab used to have like a yellow and orange like stripes around it, which was definitely good for showing you that it was something you could interact with, but kind of like made it stand out like versus everything else in the level. So now they've kind of toned that down a bit, and now it just has this little like door icon over it to show that that's how you leave the area, which I like that. It's a little more subtle and it's a little more consistent with like the other icons that they have over the other NPCs. So I think that's probably a good change too. And you can still just click on the cab, like you don't have to actually click on the icon above it. So I think it's a good way of handling that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this like Brutus. Speaking of Brutus, is he dead? Nope, he's still alive. Alright, let's bring him and get some vengeance for him. Maybe he can stay alive this time. Let's go ahead and start it up.
I need to get to a hardwired access point to download. Keep your eyes peeled.
What about that console over there?
That's the access control for the door.
Silly rabbit.
Oh, right.
Tricks are for kids.
Look out. These turrets are well armored and pack a punch. I can bypass their armor with my hacking attacks and take them out. Your combat display will tell you if enemies are armored and against which types of attack.
So another little subtle change that they made in this build, which I appreciated, is she's actually here in person on this mission. So you notice they changed her portrait to reflect that. Like she's not just talking to you from cyberspace anymore, like with the blue kind of aura on her. She's literally like here next to you, and her picture reflects that now, which I think is nice. So I think I might approach this mission slightly differently than I typically do, just for the sake of making things interesting. Let's go ahead and have our main guy come over here and have him come over here. Let's have her roll up and see if she can gank that turret. Yeah. So can she get it from there? No, she loses line of sight. That's alright. We'll just move her up. Here. Oh, can't quite make that. There, put her there. And then the henchman, we'll just bring him up, but keep him out of sight of the turret so it doesn't shoot at him unnecessarily. Okay. So actually, I technically don't need to fight that turret, per se. Like I could just have her go and open this door and then have my guys kind of run amok on whatever's back here. I definitely want to explore this area, which I typically haven't done when I've played through this mission. So let's go ahead and let's select her and have her do her business on this door.
Dragon Slayers. Let's waste them.
Cool. Cool, Daddy-O. Okay. So, you're gonna go here. And let's see who he's got a good shot on. Looks like he's got a slightly better shot on this guy, so let's that guy's got 6 hit points. Now with our new gun, we can do 5 to 6. So it's possible we could kill him with a single shot. Let's see if we can. Oh, the twitching. Oh, the horrible twitching. That was disturbing at best. Alright, how about our buddy? Can he get the other guy, perhaps? Let's keep him in cover. See what kind of business he can do. Now, for some reason, it doesn't look like he has line of sight on that guy, which is kind of weird. You'd think that he would. I mean, I can kind of see him right from there. It's kind of weird that he can't hit that guy, but whatever. Rules are rules. Let's see if she can cast on him from there. Yeah, she's got a 66% chance to hit him with her hacking attack. That was good. That kind of snapped him out of his stunned mode there and took away half his life, so that's pretty sweet. I guess we'll just have Brutus chill out since he can't actually hit anything this turn. Now it looks like we're gonna have to watch out for that that turret too. It looks like it might be able to shoot my guy. That could be bad. That could be real bad, actually. I maybe should have had her attack the turret instead. Oh well. Okay, I took a little damage there, but nothing too terrible. Let's see. I'm going to have her go first because I want to see if she can take this turret out. Let's get her as close as possible without exposing her too much. It's a good percentage. Let's see if this will work. Alright, cool. So that's not a problem anymore. Let's see if my guy can actually take this dude out in one shot. That would be nice if he could. Nice. Alright, so that's good. And now let's have Brutus come in here and check out this magnifying glass. Alright. Okay, cool. So, let's see. Okay, that basically ended that turn. Looks like we got some stuff over here that we can check out as well. Wondering if that's hackable. Doesn't appear to have a icon on it, so I'm guessing not, but it does look like there's an item over here that we can interact with. It looks like that's just maybe the door. Yeah, it looks like that's just maybe a door to the outside. Yeah, there's a smashable. Wonder what that is demolishable for. Let's do a little experimentation, shall we? Let's see. I know my guy has a demolishing ability. Oh, looks like Brutus might actually be able to reach it. See if I can get over here. It looks like it's red even for me. Maybe because I don't have the right tool for the job. Gonna have these guys just hang out here by this other door until I decide what I'm going to do over on that other side. Oh, look, here's a lockpick. What's up with that? Cool. Getting stuff is cool. Let's have him move over here. And it looks like I can't actually... Yeah, I can't actually interact with that. Alright. Yeah, it looks like there's really nothing else here on this side for me to concern myself with, but it looked like there was maybe a pair of boots or something that I got out of that locker, so that's kind of neat. Let's go ahead and move back over to this side though. And we'll have Brutus open the door. Let's make sure everything's copacetic out here. Have him check the area, and we'll bring her out for the hack.
A worm has been uploaded. Give it a bit of time to unlock the data.
Hope it won't take too long.
Okay, so let's go ahead and put her somewhere relatively safe. Let's see here. And let's check everybody's ammo and positioning situation. We'll have him go here and reload. That was something that I forgot to do a lot in the last play session. I definitely wanted to make sure I took the time to take care of that here. She doesn't need to reload, but she can come in here and grab this item. Items. Ooh, more armor. Heavy likey. Let's go ahead and keep her kind of in here and out of harm's way, I guess. And Brutus doesn't need to reload because I don't think he's actually fired at anything yet. He can just kind of hang out by that pole, I think.
Dreck! The data was easy enough to decrypt, but this is mostly payroll data. Can't these gangers use a central server?
The Dragon Slayers have a payroll? That seems uncharacteristically organized.
Don't act so surprised. If you want to run a gang, you need some business sense.
Any idea on who this businessman is?
Businesswoman? Goes by the name of Luna.
Can't wait to get acquainted.
He sounds
So we need to look for another access point then.
super enthusiastic. Alright. Let's just do a quick little time check. Alright, got about an hour left, so that's good. Hopefully we'll be able to get through this mission on this first try, and we can at least get through the next mission before the stream ends. That would be ideal, but let's not count our chickens before they're hatched, as they say. So we got some enemies here to deal with, at least one that I can see. Looks like there's another one. Alright, so we've got a humanoid with a melee weapon, it looks like, and we've got a dog that I can see, and then of course the turret's over there, and another human over there. Basically all hell's breaking loose. That's basically what's happening here. But I think this shouldn't be too tough to deal with. So let's start with Brutus. Have him take that dog. 80% looks good. And then doesn't look like he's gonna be able to hit anything else. Or it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to hit anything from where I am. A 0% chance on that guy. There's really no good spot for me to move up into except for up by Brutus. So do that. If that gives me any chance here. So there's a 39, 0. If I can mark that guy, the triple shot might be worth it. Let me see if I can get her to tag him. So she's got a 0% chance to do that, but if I move her over into cover, she may be able to make that happen. Try that. That improves her odds. Only a 10% chance, but let's go ahead and take it because 10% is better than 0. And she has an unlimited amount of these attacks to use, so. No, so that missed. But that's okay. It's okay. So I'm not going to waste my double shot on him with an only 39% chance to hit. I'm just going to go for a regular attack and hope that it hits. Good shot. Okay, so I think again there's a 6, 1. Okay, well let's see. Let's have Brutus first go and kill that dog. Alright, takes care of that. Now hopefully I can kill that other guy with my guy in. I think now might be a good time for me to take the double shot. Let's go ahead and do that, and this will pretty much guarantee that I get this other guy, and then she can finish the guy that only has 1 hit point with her hack attack. 75%. I'll hang back here behind cover just in case this misses. But it didn't, so all good. And that ends their turn. Perfect. Okay. So now we need to look at moving her up to help disable the turrets. Let's go ahead and move my guy up and have him reload. And let's see about moving her up. She can get that turret down. I know it's only 23%, but it doesn't hurt to try. So missed, unsurprisingly, but no big deal. So let Brutus reload and hang out by those containers. We'll just let her move up on her next turn, which should put her close enough to actually get that thing. Let's put her into this heavy cover with the rest of us. That improves her up to 75, which should be a good deal. There, so that one's done. These guys can probably start moving up. So I will move my guy here. And let's go ahead and move Brutus up to here. Don't think that thing's going to be able to hit me too much. Little nick, nothing too bad. Let's see if we can get her to disable that. Get her a little bit closer anyway. 54%, so flip a coin. Nice. Beautiful. Alright, so those things are down. Let's go ahead and position ourselves to take out those enemies. think I'll put myself here. And let's have Brutus back me up. I think most of the, if not all of the enemies are going to come from these doors. Yep, there they are. Okay, so what do we got here? We have got a couple of guys who are up to no good, starting to make trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared. Oh wait, no, sorry. I was having a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air flashback. Those happen sometimes. These guys are 6s. Yeah, let me go ahead and rock the, I kind of want to rock out the double tap. Let me let Brutus go first and see how he does on his guy. Oh yeah, put him down. Put him down like a hot potato. Okay, so my guy... Now because his damage potential is 5 to 6, there's a chance he may not kill that guy if I don't double shoot. So I'm gonna do the burst fire, just to be sure. There we go. Alright. That's cool. That it gets us into position nicely. So we just gotta move our hacker up. And really, I think all I really want to do is just move these guys back into position behind this cover and have them reload. Honestly, that's probably the safest move I can make. Oh shoot. Well, that was a mistake, but I can fix it. Everything's fine.
Port is open. Sifting data.
Hurry up. A bunch of these drackheads just showed up to the party.
Alright, so what I wanted to do was move this guy here and have him reload. All good though. All good. Okay, so what do we have out here? We got a couple of humans outside, so they'd be vulnerable to her attack. Got this dog moving in. Actually, I don't even think my guy would need to leave cover to take that dog out, but I think I may have Brutus do it, just because he's got 80% and he doesn't even have to move out of cover. Let's go ahead and try that. Nice. Okay, so let's see, my guy, he can't see the one guy, but he does have 35 on the other. So let's give it a shot. Nice shot. And then she's got 45% chance to finish him off. But actually she's got a 59% chance to hit the guy behind the wall that neither of them can see. So I think I may do that, but I kind of want to get her into cover. So that's probably going to mess up her percentages, but at least that'll keep her safe. And actually, given my options for positioning, I think putting her behind this pole probably makes the most sense. Do that. Let's see, does she... now she's down to a 3% chance to hit that guy, but 3% is better than 0%. Yeah, didn't think that was going to hit, but that's fine.
I'm pretty sure this is what we're looking for. It's heavily encrypted, though. I need to take it back home.
Can we get out of here now?
All for it.
Alright. So, these guys have moved into a similar position to those other guys. Unfortunately for this guy, he's right next to Brutus, and he's only got 1 hit point. And that means he's about to eat a shotgun blast to the face. And unfortunately for this other guy, He's got 6. I could potentially do 6, and hopefully at this range I'll crit with a 100% chance to hit. Yeah. Well, the bad news is I didn't get him. But the good news is she's got a 66% chance to melt his brain from afar. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see who the dog decides to nibble on. Me, that's fine. In fact, I'm gonna just hold my ground and reload. And then pop him right in the face. Okay. So, I'm a little bit nicked up, but I don't think I'm so nicked up that I need to actually worry at this point. I think as long as I can keep Brutus out in front, who's still really pretty healthy, I think I should be okay. But let's go ahead and think about moving him up and reloading his weapon so that he's ready to deal with whatever comes next. And then let's get her similarly ready, but not exposed. Oh man, more critters. Well then, what do we have here? So I think I should probably look at taking that shot from where I am. Yeah, that 85 on that dog shouldn't be a problem. Let's go ahead and do that. And then that should free Brutus up to move into a... so now he's got a 70... or she's got a 75, but that won't matter. Yeah, so now he's got 100% on the other dog because the other one's out of the way. And... did I see another enemy? No, I think I saw this magnifying glass in the background. There's probably more enemies out here somewhere, so I want to be kind of careful about moving her out. But I think I've taken care of the immediate threat in the form of those animals. Let's go ahead and move her up to the magnifying glass just so we can get that out of the way. Alright. Oh man, that guy just came out of nowhere on me. Not cool. Alright. Well, sorry sir, but now you need to die. So, how that's gonna happen is we're gonna come out... Unfortunately, I can't really get to an optimal firing position on that guy, which is kind of a bummer. This is probably the closest I can do. Let's go ahead and wreck him.
That's not exactly what I had in mind.
They're dead. We win. Now we go home. Problem?
No problem.
Nice. It's hard to fault that logic. So the nice thing about the way that mission can end is once you take out all of the possible enemies, you don't have to actually run to the exit. It's just like, okay, you got everything, you're done. So it's a good way of knowing that you actually did everything that you could have done in the mission. Because the only reason it lets you stay in the level at the end is if there's something else you could do that you missed. So, good to know I got everything I could have gotten out of that one. Alright. So this is new territory for the stream here. We didn't make it this far last time, so let's see what Smedley has to say.
We got it.
Jane is already analyzing their data to find out what the gang is up to.
They had reinforcements there really fast. If you ask me, they're too well organized for common gangers.
Indeed they are. It's pretty clear that they have a sponsor. But who would actually want a batshit crazy outfit like the Dragon Slayers?
Don't look at me. I've only been here a couple days.
No matter. It will be sorted out eventually. Go stock up and report back when you're ready.
Alright, so we get some goodies. Ceramic plating, that's always nice. That'll increase our armor a bit. And we can also sell the old armor for some more scratch. Let's go talk to Bozeman real quick since he's right here.
Bozeman, you seem pretty busy.
The riots are creating a lot of opportunities. I have my hands full right now.
He's such an excited little fella. Alright.
Disperse immediately and
Let's see, let's go to this nice lady and oh, actually, you know what, before we talk to her, let's look at our inventory real quick. No new tactical items. We already got our new gun. Okay, so yeah, I think anything we want to get rid of, we can sell to her. Alright. Let's see, what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Okay, so this polymer coating, the plating is better. So we're going to get rid of the coating and equip the plating. Although actually I think it won't let me do that. So there's a little bit of a bug in the UI right now where sometimes it won't let you click on things. This is one of the things that they're supposed to be fixing in that new patch, fingers crossed. But I found the trick to kind of working around that for now is if you flip off of it and flip back, then it usually becomes active and lets you select it again. So I think there's just like an initialization thing that doesn't happen sometimes. And sometimes you see it where like the first couple items in the list won't be selectable, but then the rest of them are. But then, like I said, if you flip to a different category and flip back, or you close the window and reopen it, it seems to get it. So if you run into that problem, that's kind of how you work around it until that patch comes out. So let's go ahead and get rid of... Oh wait, I can't sell that because I have it equipped. That was the thing I wanted to do in my inventory. So let me switch that armor real quick so I can sell the old one. Go ahead and equip that. Now I should be able to sell the old one to the vendor. That was what I wanted to do in my inventory that I forgot about. Okay, so yes, we're selling the coating, keeping the plating. And then as far as weapons go, what do we got in here? Anything new? No. Tactical items. Medkit we want to keep. Okay. And so what does she have for sale? Frag grenade, EMP grenade. EMP grenade might be handy at some point, but not too worried about it for right now. Let's just stick with our basic weapons here. Is this Predator any better than the one I'm using? No, actually it looks worse, so that's good. Oh yeah, for 2000 it should be worse. Yeah, I think I pretty much have the best weapon available to me right now, it seems. So that's good. And since I just got that armor upgrade for finishing that mission, I don't feel like I need armor from the vendor. Probably roll with what I've got for a little while.
Where is everybody?
Well, the Dragon Slayer riots, which I heard you're taking an interest in, have caused quite a stir. Everyone is either bashing heads or buttoning down for when the hammer drops.
Are your boys involved as well?
We're the friendly neighborhood watch. We gotta make good on our responsibility.
Out of the goodness of your hearts.
Of course. That and the subscriptions to our services that all business people around here invest in.
Nice. Alright, that's a little creepy. Not gonna lie. Let's go talk to the doc here, see what he has to say.
Designated restricted under the Knight Errant Exclusivity Accord. Disperse immediately and vacate the premises.
Yeah, he wants us to harvest some organs, which is kind of creepy. Kind of creepy. Not gonna lie, but we're probably gonna end up doing it at some point. That's probably a thing that's gonna happen. Not gonna lie. Okay, so who else do we want to talk to? I don't think we need another medical kit, but let's go clear her dialogue, and then we'll talk to Jane, and then take our next mission, it looks like. Okay. Let's chat with Jane.
That went well.
I think we did great. Even though I don't like being out in the streets so much.
Why not?
The meat space is just so slow. Matrix is faster, like zooming through space.
So you're a stay-at-home Shadowrunner?
Shush! You have no idea what you're missing out on. You'll be glad I have your back.
I don't doubt it. Okay, let's go ahead and see what our next mission is, and this will probably be the last one for today.
This Dragon Slayer affair has my interest piqued, I must admit. I want to know what they are up to. The riots in the Rocks and South End are surely an overture to something.
So another spy mission, then?
No. We'll do this the polite way. We'll ask them.
Ask them? You aren't serious, are you?
From the data you gathered, we got the time and location of their next meet with their sponsor.
And you want me to run interference?
On the contrary, I want you to go and see whom she is meeting, and about what.
So, surveillance, then?
No. Luna only has a few gangers with her. You can corner her and beat two birds with one stone.
Luna. Not a great street name. So, shoot first, ask questions later. I can get with that.
Don't let yourself be fooled by her act. She has never allowed anyone to catch her, and she rules the Dragon Slayers with an iron fist.
There's a first time for everything. I'm on it.
Jane will be providing Matrix support. The place you're hitting is an upscale apartment building.
So we'll have to deal with the cops as well?
That's what you get Jane for. She'll shut down security systems long enough for you to get in and out.
Useful.
Make haste, friend. Luna is moving out as we speak.
Alright, let's roll out and get it on, as it were. I guess we'll stick with Brutus. He's been our lucky charm so far. So for this mission, we are going to catch Luna at her meet.
Good day, and welcome to your first Matrix-supported run. Please fasten your body armor and make sure that all weapons are loaded and pointed towards bad people at all times.
Oh, you crazy chick.
Reading you loud and clear. Can you see us?
Affirmative. The cameras in the hallway are under my control, and I can get limited data feeds from your comlinks.
So you'll be our eyes and ears.
Eyes, ears, and digital fairy godmother. I've disabled all connections to the outside, so you should have a clear field for the next 10 minutes or so.
Thanks. Anything you can tell me about the security here?
Meat bodies, most likely. I can't get into the apartment cameras without them noticing, but the power draw suggests some automated defenses.
Sentry guns. Great.
We'll clearly have to do something about those. Alright, first things first. Let's take a walk on the wild side. And by the wild side, I mean step out into the hallway. Alright. Clean and spiffy. Looks like we got an interaction here.
Open up. Maintenance crew.
Go away. I'm the janitor, and you are no maintenance crew.
Well, you got us there. Can you help us out? Maybe cut the power to the apartment across the hallway?
Oh, you don't want to go in there. They're bad business.
So they're not your favorite tenants, I take it. What if they had to move out all of a sudden?
Yeah, I get it. You'll go on a murderous rampage. If you absolutely have to do that, you need to get me a beer first.
What?
You heard me. Get me a drink. Vending machines out there. No way I'm going out there before the cops have come and gone.
You heard the man, Brutus. Get him a beer.
Are you really fetching beer for a drunk janitor?
Shut up.
Thanks. That'll keep me going until the shooting stops. You might want to check out the fuse box at the end of the hallway.
Pro tip.
Next to the stairs?
Yeah, I kept telling them not to plug their illegal dreck into the house circuits, but they won't listen. Guess they got what's coming to them.
Alright, so we did miss a little magnifying glass there, so let's go ahead and grab that just to be thorough. A lot of this stuff is just flavor text, but sometimes you'll get little clues that give you a hint as to how you can approach things. Get our lockpick on. Woohoo! Money, money, money! Let's see what else we got. So many monies! So many monies!
House grid shows a sharp power drop inside the apartment. Not the primary circuits, but whatever they hooked up to the auxiliaries.
Alright. Hopefully that is their sentry guns going down. That would be sweet. Let's get Brutus into position on the one side. And then we'll move our other guy in here. on the other side of the door. When we open it, we're both in cover. Go ahead and blow a turn so we both get full movement for this. Okay, here we go.
What have we here? Someone with a death wish.
How did you know my formal name? Hardly anybody's named somebody with a death wish. Lucky guess. Alright. Let's see what we can do about this Joker. He's only a 6, so I'm not going to worry about double shotting him. Let's see if we can get lucky. Nice. Oh yeah. That wriggling, writhing animation is pretty disturbingly delicious. Okay, buddy. What are you gonna do here, Brutus? You can't... Unfortunately, Brutus can't quite move into cover and fire unless he goes way back here. But I'm not necessarily opposed to that. So let's go ahead and move him. See what our percentage is. Only 28, but I'll take it. Yeah, no good. That's fine. Alright, so where'd he end up? Right there. Got a similar problem with my boy here. Gonna have to move him to the other cover spot. But that's okay. At 41%, it's probably a good opportunity for Brutus to move up and take a better shot. "50-50 shot. I'll take it." Alright. 54. I don't think moving up's gonna make too big of a difference, but let's try it. 50 only gained a % doing that. Let's take the double shot just to be sure, in case the first one misses. Man's got skills. Alright. We got a magnifier here and an item. Go ahead and grab this stuff. Sweet. Medkit. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and move over here. And get in position. Oh. I meant to do that. Not. Let's get Brutus into position to open the door. Okay, it looks like Brutus can't get into that corner. I'm not sure why that's the case, but for some reason he can't. So I may just have my guy open the door from cover, and then he'll be able to move more readily. Although I kind of feel like maybe I should reload, just take a turn and reload my weps before I actually open this door, because they're both pretty dry. Alright, let's burn this turn, and then open that sucker up. Alright, here we go.
Drek, we have visitors. It's been a pleasure, my dears, but I really must dash.
Freaking
You
techno
have some
wizards.
nerve coming here. You have no idea what you have gotten yourself into.
I think I have a pretty good idea that this is about to be a gunfight. I'm just saying. Okay, so I got a couple of guys here. This guy's a 6. This guy's a 20. with 7 magic shield. That's pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and have Brutus move up and take a shot from cover. At the guy on the pool table. Ah, crap, that was me. Well, that was dumb. Oh, man. I should really pay more attention to what I'm doing. Alright, go ahead, take a shot on the guy at the pool table. Nothing has changed. Oh, yeah, that guy has played his last game of billiards. Whoa. I think that guy might be crazy. Okay. So I think what I want to probably do is focus fire on the actual guy and not worry too much about his minions. So let's go ahead and... I wish I could flank him and fire, like all in one motion. Well, I can at least try to split his attention a little bit. Although I think the position I'm in is probably my best bet. Yeah, you know what, let's not overthink it. Let's just double shot from where we are on the main guy. Oh yeah, that hurt him pretty good, I think. Oh yeah, he's down to 4. Alright. We're gonna have Brutus make a power move on him, try to finish him off.
We made it out alive, but Luna got away. Some sort of magic trick.
Don't be too hard on yourself. You're not the first person she's escaped from.
Any intel on the guy she was meeting?
All I heard was mage talk, but I am checking his background.
Not much to show for, then. And now Luna knows we're onto her.
You can't always win. At least we stopped her from whatever she was doing.
Indeed we did. Mission success! Yeah, that guy thought he was gonna fool me with his doppelgangers, but I knew if I took him out, that would be the end of that madness. That was a pretty good trick, though. It's a pretty good trick. That's not a trick I wouldn't mind pulling on somebody else, if I'm being totally honest. So let's see what Smedley has to say based on our success. Or limited success, as the case may be.
Luna got away, and whoever she was meeting had some serious illusion magic going.
Don't blame yourself, my friend. Happens to the best of us.
Never happened to me before. You could have told me Luna was a mage.
I am as flustered as you are. Seems in my eagerness to seize the opportunity I was ill-informed.
Do we have anything on the mage she was meeting?
No, he's not on any records
This
and
area
definitely
is
not known in the underworld. Smells like corporate wage mage to me.
So that's how they're getting their heavy ordnance.
I am confident that we will get her next time. Go spend some money, then check back with me.
Yeah, spending money
Will
always
do.
makes me feel better. Alright, Topaz Focus. I think I have a crappy version of that I can sell for more money, so that would be alright. Let's see how we're doing on time. Yeah, I don't think I have quite enough time to get into another mission tonight. but I can go and do some vending and maybe get some upgrades for my guy and spend some skill points and stuff.
Vacate the premises.
But I'm definitely going to be streaming the actual release version of this tomorrow on my normal schedule, so that's 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There'll be probably 2 more hours of Shadowrun Chronicles at that time. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing now, be sure to hit that follow button, and you'll see when I go live tomorrow with the actual release version of the game, because there's actually going to be a patch which should tidy up some of these little glitches and minor technical issues with the game. But for these last 20 minutes or so, let's kind of go around and talk to our NPCs and do a little vending and maybe upgrade our guy a little bit.
Designated restricted.
What are you guys celebrating?
The riots are dying down. About fragging time.
That's a cause for celebration?
Well, me and the boys were planning to have a night out in the rocks, and we were afraid we had to call it off.
Guess that's as good a reason as any.
Sure. I buy that logic. I'd buy that for $1. Okay, these guys are ready to talk some more. So if you didn't see the last stream, there's like this whole little interpersonal drama happening between these 3 NPCs where they're all kind of, they had like a miscommunication thing going on, where like the girls thought the guy was kind of being a scumbag, but it turned out the guy was only doing what he was doing because the one girl's brother had threatened him. But now like that's kind of coming to light as they start talking to each other and you. So it's kind of an interesting little dialogue that it's kind of evolving as you play through. I already went through the first part of this on the previous stream, but this is kind of like the next set of dialogue for this.
Night Errant Exclusivity Accord. Disperse immediately and
So those guys are done. Talk to our blade chickie. Actually, I think I have some items I can sell to her from that last mission too. You guys so rude. He has no time for anybody's nonsense. Alright, so let's see what we can sell, shall we? Ceramic plating we're using. So we picked up this topaz focus. We have a lesser topaz focus that we don't need anymore as a consequence. We get 280 for that. That's pretty alright. That new one's clearly worth a bit more. That's cool. Tactical items, we got 2 med kits. That's sweet. I should probably equip that second one. And then we got chip cards. So these are just like straight up money. Looks like 360 a piece. Nice. So that gives us a nice tidy sum with our 6950 million. Let's go ahead and exit out of here. Go into inventory. Equip that other med kit. Now we'll have 2 of those in the field if we need them. Sweet. Yeah, let's talk to our homies. See what they have to say.
Hey, Payday.
I hear you did well busting up that meeting. Sounds like a good story.
It will be. Luna got away, though.
Yeah, I hear she's a tough one. Pretty and deadly.
I guess, if you go for that kind of thing. The mage was a surprise, though.
I hate mages. You always need to geek the mages first, or you won't live to see the end of it.
Sound advice. Gotta give it to Payday on the sound advice front.
Hey,
See? I told you I was good.
we tore up that apartment, got out without a single cop in sight. How'd you do that?
That was easy. Ask me about how I edited the investigation report, or how I rerouted the box of physical evidence they collected straight to the incinerator.
Now I'm impressed.
Told you, the digital domain rocks.
Nice. See anybody else to chat with? I think that's pretty much gonna do it. Alright, so let's look at maybe getting like an augment or two. I think we're about ready to start looking at that. So we've got 6,950 million. So we can switch to the buy menu. So let's see, arms. I think we want to probably spring for the betaware. So you'll see like all of these upgrades have alpha and beta symbols next to them. Basically, the alpha stuff is cheaper, but it takes a bigger hit on your essence. And the thing is, once you run out of essence, you can't equip any more upgrades. So like, for example, this reinforced cyber arm, the alpha version of it takes away 3 of your essence, but the beta version only takes away 2. So if you want to have like as many upgrades as possible on your character, you definitely want to spring for the more expensive upgrades, because that'll let you have cumulatively more of them. I mean, I guess it depends. Like, you know, in the short term, you might want to just grab like 2 or 3 alphas if that's all you can afford, and then swap parts later when you have more money. But I kind of feel like, depending on how much money you have, it might make more sense to just buy the betas as you can afford them, and then you don't have to worry about swapping them out later. But let's see what we can do as far as stats go. Organ harvest bonus, that's cool, I guess. Not really planning to do a lot of organ harvesting, but I'm sure it's going to come up here soon enough. Let's see if there's something maybe that these other variants do instead, though. Now that one seems to do even more as far as organ harvesting goes. Oh no, I guess it's about the same. Oh no, that one's 10. Yeah. That one's 10, and it gives an accuracy bonus on top of that, plus a damage bonus, although I'd assume the damage bonus only applies to melee. So that's interesting. Let's see what else we have. There's a lock-picking bonus, which would go good with my cop background, because I already have a lock-picking bonus on my backstory. Range is always a good thing to have. Let's see what we got here. There's damage, range, and lock-picking all in one.
Restricted under the Knight Errant Exclusivity Accord.
Instead of just range and lock-picking. So this one's obviously pretty sweet, but it's $4 grand just for that. Okay. So it seems like as they go down the list and the prices go up, which makes sense, you get more for your money. Although like these two, for example, are basically the same, so I guess it's just a question of which stats they boost. So it looks like this one boosts hacking and crit chance, and this one boosts crit damage, and then these combat soft bonuses.
Restricted under the Knight Errant Exclusivity Accord. Disperse immediately and
What about the legs? The legs is essence, subtracts but adds to crit chance. Okay, so these actually add to your hit points. I think that's a pretty... Oh, and they increase your movement. I think that's a pretty easy thing. I think I want that. I think I want this. So these are 4,100 for the good ones, for the beta ones. Let me just look at the chess pieces and see what they do. Let's see, there's hit point bonus as well. Tech armor and movement bonus. Oh no, no movement bonus. I wonder why it has a bar. I guess it doesn't hurt your movement, whereas it could, potentially. Does the cheaper one hurt it? No, that's weird that it has a bar, but there's no value associated with that, unlike the legs, where it actually gives you +1. Okay, so this one actually improves your movement. I see. But no hit points. So movement and critical damage or hit points, tech armor, hit points and tech armor. Movement and critical damage or hit points and tech armor. Aw. Well, since I would get the movement from the legs, I think I'd be okay with just getting the armor and the hit points from the chest. And actually, if I went for the cheap version, like the alpha version of each of these, I could get both the chest and the legs. So I think that's what I might actually do, is get like the hit points and the tech armor on the chest, and then get the movement and hit points on the legs. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So that would be 3,100 for that one. And then the legs. This is hit points and movement of +1 for 2,400. So both of those remove 3 essence, which, if I remember correctly, I have 6, I think. Let's make sure that I can actually use what I just bought. I think I can. Yes, I have 6. So I can install both of those in my current body. Let's see, asked to install cyber stuff. We're going to put our legs on. Womp womp. And we're going to put our torso on. Those sound effects, gotta love it. Okay, so with those modifications, that gives us 16 hit points instead of 14, and 6 meters of walk and 13 meters of sprint. That's pretty sweet. Now we have 0 essence, so we can't really do anything more unless we get beta parts to replace those alpha parts and give us back some of our essence for another slot. But I think the chest and the legs is honestly what I care most about for this character. I mean, it would be cool to eventually get the arms and like get more range or something, or crit chance, but I mean, the hit points and the armor I think are way more important to me right now than any of that other stuff. And the movement speed. So I think that's a good stopping point for this character, honestly. I think I think this is good. We'll probably pick up from here story-wise and mission-wise on tomorrow's stream and do a little comparison between this version and whatever they end up putting out for the patch for release day tomorrow. But I think that's pretty much going to do it for the stream today. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching, and definitely catch you next time. Be sure to hit that follow button if you haven't already, so you can see next time I go live. But as it says lower down on the page here, my schedule is Monday through Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until next time, Shadowrun.